Hi, my name's Heather and this is Willy Willy Shape Shape. This channel is mostly cross stitch, if not all. If you are new here, I'd like to welcome you. You're more than welcome. And if you're returning, thank you very much. This week's a bit different. It's not a regular Flosstube I was going to do. It's going to be a whip parade. I haven't done a whip parade in a long time, so I thought I would do them, and it would give me a chance to also see what I have and how far on I'm with them, because there's a lot, well, I say a lot, there's some that I've sort of forgot about, or at least I'm not even sure where I was at on them, so it gave me a chance to see them when I was ironing them. So they are actually, bar one, are all ironed, so that was something. But just before we start, this week I actually haven't got working on an awful lot of stuff. I've been working on one piece this week, but even at that, as I say, I haven't got an awful lot done on it. Just lifing, so it has been. But no, other than that, so it'll be regular Flosstube next week, but as I say, this week I'm going through the whips. I have all my whips here, I have all the folders here, I have my notes in the middle, and we'll see how it goes. Let's just put it like that. Let's just see. I've also got coffee, so grab yourself a cup as well, and we will get started. And I'm hoping to God not to spill the coffee on anything. So I don't know if it's a wise idea or not, because when I was ironing them, I did see in different projects, a few, not all of them, a few. There's a couple I know there's marks on, so that's that. But there was a couple I seen with marks that I didn't realise had marks on them. So I'm not sure. I think they're just like dusty marks. I have 2 cats and 2 dogs, so between dust and hair, even though they all have their own wee folders and everything, it's just, I think, inevitable that something's going to happen. But anyway, we'll get started. We're going to start with Winter Village. Now, I showed this one last week because I'd actually been working on it a wee bit. I don't have anything to pop up behind this one. No, I don't. This is one of my full coverage. It is Winter, I'll actually pop that down there, maybe help a wee bit. It is Winter Village, and it is by Stitches So Beautiful, but the actual artist of the piece is Carla Gerard. Now, I don't have a physical copy of this one. I'm going to be, I'll pop a picture up, but if I haven't already, but this one I have on Pattern Keeper. So let you just see that. And obviously this is the sky with snow, and it's like a sun there, so it is. So that is that one. It is on just 20 count white Ada, and I'm using DMC. I think bar one project I used DMC throughout. So this one has 134,225 stitches. I have 5,795 done, so that is a great percentage of 4.32% for anybody that's interested in the figures. So I have a wee bit to go. No, I really enjoy that one. As I said last week, there's quite a bit as block of colour. You can do like a block of colour, and then you could maybe do a bit of confetti, a block of colour, a bit of confetti. that's the way it's working at the minute, and that's the way I'm happy working with it at the minute, because sometimes confetti can be a wee bit overwhelming. It even the sun, although it goes round in a circle, you sort of can follow the pattern of it, but there are some colours where it is literally just one stitch and there is nothing else around it. So as I say, I do a wee block of colour and then I'll do a bit of confetti, and that keeps me happy. I'm happy enough with that. So that is number 1. There, I'm not sure where I'm placing anything, if I'll be honest, but we'll see as we go. Next one is another full coverage. Although it's full coverage, I decided to do it on Navy Ada, so I was able to take a good part of the background out, which was good. So it is Christmas Village. And it is by Tam Stitch Designs on Etsy. All these, if I can get links or anything to them, I'll pop them up or pop them in the description, so I will. And again, I'll pop a wee picture of this one up. I really enjoy doing this one, and I think I'll maybe go back to this one very, very shortly. It's a lovely winter scene, as you'll have seen. I just love working on it, even with the navy, because I thought to myself, that navy, it's going to be so hard to work on, and it's not really. No, it's not. So I'm happy with it. It, as I say, Tam Stitch Designs, and it's 18 count Navy Ada. Swigert by the looks of it. Again, DMC. And it is, in total it's 40,000 stitches. I have 13,876 done, but that's including taking all the navy stitches out of the background, so I don't have 13,000 stitches done, actually stitched, but if I take that all out, so in total 34.69% of it is done. As I say, not really, but it is, if you know what I mean. So that is that one. I think that's next on my list for going back to. Pop that there. Okay, next. Oh, I have my needles still in that one. There's actually probably needles in quite a few of these, so there is. This one, I'll show you the booklet. This one is Amy Can, 1831. And it's by Hands Across the Sea. So that's it there. Hope you're seeing that. It's beautiful, but it's Hands Across the Sea. It's beautiful. I love their booklets, are brilliant, and even they've changed since this one. As far as I know, they come in a spiral binding, or some of them do now, which is good. You get the story. You get the story of the sampler and all, and then you get obviously the pattern, and then you get all the details on the back of it, all your threads and stuff. So that is that one, and this is the one I've been working on. It is beautiful. I've always have found it intimidating, I think. I think that's why I just haven't worked on it for a long, long time. This was a birthday start for me. I'm going to say it was either 01 or 02. I can't remember. But as I say, 01 or 02. but I took into it again this, it's 36 count linen, and I kind of find it a bit, it's at nearly, I find intimidating more than anything. The pattern's brilliant, there's nothing, you know, it's just me with the linen. I'm not a, I don't, as you'll see, I think there's one more than linen, the rest is all native. But this week I was working on the tree, I'm pointing right, the tree, and then I started the wee butterfly beside it. I got on quite well with the tree, so I did, but I don't know, I just find it, the linen, intimidating to count through, so that's why I think I just keep putting it off and putting it off. But working on it this week, no, I have to say I enjoyed it, so I think I'll keep at this one. Yes, this is a 36 count and it's by XG Designs. I'm not sure what colour, I have lost the wee docket for it, the wee ticket for it. But it's off her site on Etsy. So as I say, do love it. There's even the little butterfly over one. And then it'll keep me right. I actually must show you, that is the thread colours for it. Excuse the rat's tails, but as I say, it has been in here for quite a while. So that's the colours. It honestly, oh, and then there's the pinks and whatnot there. It's not as bad to use as it looks, believe me. It's not too bad. Pop that on the floor. Next one, I have another needle in it. I'm just going to have a mountain of needles at the end of this. The next one is Shitz Creek Sampler by Boomerang cross stitch, and that is it there so far. I absolutely love working on this one. Anytime I've ever shown that, I've always said I love working on it. It's just the block colour. You can just work away on the block colour. It's great. And now it's full coverage, but I don't have it on Pattern Keeper. So I don't know what my figures are on this one. But I love working on it. It's actually one of the ones, my iron and me fell out yesterday, big time. It was leaking water, which it hardly ever has done. It was putting dirt out, which it hardly ever has done, because it's hardly ever used. But I just decided yesterday to go full tilt against me, and there were some nice words said. And this is one of the ones actually I have noticed where there's like a dusty, it is just a dusty mark. However it has ever got that, but anyway. It's on 20 count Ada and it's using DMC. I have seen other ones on there's a couple of Facebook pages I'm in that they're further on than me with it. I would say probably nearly finished it, and it does look, it's brilliant when it gets near the end. It's very, very good. So if you're a Shitz Creek fan, this is definitely one to look out for. I do, even the wine bottle. I love it. So that's another one that's next on my list. As I say, now that I've actually seen all these different ones, I'm like, right, need to get that done, So at least the motivation's there. The time might not be there, but the motivation's there. What is next? I have those all done. Okay, next we have, this is an old one as well. I'll show you the front page. It is Mandala Magic This is how long, it's 2022 stitch along. It's a May mini stitch along by Carolyn Manning. And if you can see that, that is it. It should have been a quickish one to do, but no, I dragged it out. I have dragged it way out. So you have obviously the 4 squares and the opposites are the same sort of colours, different patterns but the same colours. I will show you. This is how I used to do my colours, was these. I don't do this anymore. I use bobbins now and I find them far better. I am looking at the Pip and Chip, is it? At least the storage, the foam thing that you can put it into, the bobbins into, and also her wee stickers for the bobbins. I don't know if I would go and get the bobbins. They're beautiful, her bobbins are beautiful, but I don't know. I'm sort of happy enough with the white ones, that just the normal white ones that I'm using. But this is, I done this for an awful long time, but now, as I say, no, I've just, this is the bobbins. So this is all the colours that's used in it, which is lovely. North. I can't remember. She's on Etsy. Northumberland House Samplers, is it? That I got those wee tags off. I think that's the name. She's loads of beautiful ones like that. So we'll get to this. Now, am I holding this upright would probably be the biggest question. Just talk amongst yourselves there for a little while. Right, I think it is this road. And that is that one. So I have 1, 2 done. 3 almost done, and then just 4. So in the scheme of things, I'm not too bad, you know. Probably if I sat down with that one, I could have it bashed out in a week, but why would you do that? So that is that one. It is on a 32 count linen. Now I do have to admit that is quite open for me. Now it's quite open for me. As I say, I can't even, like, I know, as I say, like a 36 count then I find intimidating, but I think it's just I'm so used to Ada now. That's that. And as I say, it's all DMC threads. So again, as I say, if I sat down for a week probably with that, I could, if not finish it, I could come very close to it. Like I can see where I've travelled. And some of the stitches, that's what I don't like. But then when I get the other stitches in, it might come over it, so we'll see. But I still like it. Still like it. So see about that one. Pop it in there. Get it over the threads. That's that one. Now the next 2 are really old ones that I have next to no detail on. This one was actually one I found in, it was in amongst all my mum's craft stuff, and it was as a starter kit for adults. My mum never cross-stitched. She was a knitter and a crocheter. She could have knitted anything for you with her eyes closed, and she was coming close to the same in crocheting. But every now and again she dipped her toe into cross stitch or tapestry, and there was the odd bit and piece through her stash whenever I was going through it. And this was one of the things I kept. It is by far not something that I would usually stitch, for it's sort of all flowers. It's an autumn garland, it's called. It is the Coles Hill collection it's from. Doesn't say a year or anything. So that is it there. But just because of what it is, I would like to get it finished. And I do have a good bit of it done. But as I say, it's just not something I would normally, it's not my style of stuff to do. So that's it. And then these are the colours. The lovely colours. I love the colours. Like, as I say, that's how much of the thread's left. So I have a very good portion of it done. And let me see if I can get this the right way up for you. It is the right way. And that is it there. Like, as I say, they've the rusty needle mark to prove how long it's been about. So as I say, I have most of the leaves, I think, done up here. Yeah, by the looks of it. And then there's just rose hips to put up. And then this, it's actually more just acorns to put on that. And it's on 14 count Ada. I'm not sure what the threads are obviously just from the kit, but so there's, as I say, if I just sat down and done it, it would be done. So it's one I maybe have to take a look at and get back to again. But that is that one. I've sort of lost count, I don't know what we're at now. I'll fold this one up and pop it in. Another thing is I don't have project bags, but I use these wee things, and I have the bigger A4 ones for the bigger projects, and I find them really good because, like, you've sipping all on them to keep everything clean, and it keeps everything together. So that's what I use. So that was that one. And then this one, I mean, there's probably like 20 stitches left to do on it. I don't have a picture of it as far as I know. I'm sitting here looking. No, I don't. It's just the chart for it. This is one of the ones I was doing when I started many moons ago. Proof. And it's just two little mice going up the stairs. And like, I mean, I have down here, I think is all I have left. Possibly it comes down here a wee bit. And that is all I have left to do in that. Again, it's not my style anymore, but then our style changes as we go through our hobbies. I have a back stitch and then to do after that, but it's not actually that much. I think it's more just the beyond the curtains, possibly finish him and her off, and I don't really think there's much more after that. But that's another one that it's just always sat. And if, again, I just put a little bit of time into it, it could be done. So that is that one. Right, next, I showed this last week to you. I'm going to take a wee drink. I showed this last week to you. It's one I've been working on recently. It's Little Dove Design Sunflower Cottage. So I haven't got anything more done on it. Again, I love this one. It's just the colours, they're lovely. Nice and summery. Which isn't really something I do stitch very much of. It's nice and summery. The fabric used is an 18 count by Coffee Craft Fabrics. Lovely mottling on it, as usual. Fabrics are lovely. Unfortunately, I can't get the fabrics now from Megan over here because of the silly thing that you can't send anything to here. For I was on our fabric club, but I've had to stop that because of it. But anyway, hopefully someday it'll get sorted and we'll get back to it again. But no, as I say, I've enjoyed that. I'm just looking and I have a few half stitches there, so I need a mind to go and do those. Again, another one to get back to. And as I say, there's my bobbins in a little food bag. And I just keep them all in that. Ones with more, a couple of bags. I love seeing everybody's setups with all the beautiful little things that holds the bobbins and everything, but I would love it. But I have two cats, two dogs. The cats aren't in with us at night when we're sitting in the living room, but the dogs are. And they're spaniels. So if you have spaniels, you'll know what I mean. One of them, she just lies and sleeps. There's nothing. The other one, if she hears a gnat fart at the top of the mountain over there, she is up, bouncing around, knocks everything down. She usually lies behind me, so the only way for her down is to come this way and everything gets knocked. So to have lovely, pretty bobbin holders, there's no point. There's absolutely no point. So it's handy just to have everything in a bag. I can zip it up, so if it falls on the floor, I just lift the bag and it's done. I do love them to bits. I do love them to bits. But not when she's jumping around my head. Right, on to the next one. Okay, next one. Again, I showed this one last week. I'll show you the picture of it first. So this is Zenia. It is Bewitching Pixies by Nora Corbett. So I actually haven't looked this up, but I'm assuming that she must be maybe part of a set. If it's Bewitching Pixies, I'll look that up. Do my job proper. But this is her. She is so pretty and the colours are amazing. The only thing is I couldn't get the fabric. I just couldn't get the fabric that colour. So that is her. And that is as far as I have got with her. She is brilliant to work on. Really, really good. And I'm looking forward to the beading on it, for I just want to see how that looks and how it all finishes out and finishes up looking. That's that. So that was done on, or is being done on 16 count, and I'm nearly sure it's Vintage Country Mocha. not 100% sure. I got it from Lakeside Needle Works, and I'm using DMC. So as I say, I'm loving working on her. So I am. I might, well, I was going to say I maybe do some of the beading just to see, but I maybe hold off doing that in case I scare myself and then don't go back to it. But that's, again, that's maybe better that way. That is all my bobbins there, and then I have some of the, there's only the one set of beads for this one, so that is that. Oh. Pop that in there and pop her back in. That is another one. We're getting there, we're getting there. I think we're halfway through. Maybe even a wee bit over it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just over halfway through. Another one I showed last week. I haven't done anything more to her. This is, I'll get a proper picture for you. This is Witches Training Academy by Barrick. And I think most of us have seen that one about. Hopefully there's not much glare off that. But we've seen that one about. Well, actually, I'll keep that out because it's got fabric on it. So that is her there. I sort of last Sunday evening done a real marathon on her. Well, I say on her, it was mostly on the moon. For I think it was those two bats, and then anything south of that all got done last week. Or last Sunday. So I've put her away for a little while. But she's beautiful to work on. Kathy's charts are lovely, so they're a pleasure to work on. Fabric is 18 count nutmeg. It's a browny taupe colour, but you would think, there maybe you see it better. The only way I can describe it is you'd think somebody had dropped bleach on it. It's not very expertise way of putting it. I'm just sort of moving it around so maybe you can see hopefully the mottling of it. But it's lovely. Did I say it was 18? Yeah, it's 18 count. And it's lovely. It's not really soft where it's like hard to get a grip of it, and it's not really stiff either. It's just perfect, to be honest. Did I say it was Fabrics by CraftyKate.co.uk? That is where that come from. I actually think I got it from Chris at the Nimble Thimble, if I remember right. I got it posted out to me. But that's where the fabric come from. So that is that one. Now this one has been going on for a little while, and I need to do more to it. But I have an idea for a video, and this one might be the one that's brought out for it. It is Fritz of Plenty by Modern Folk Embroidery, Jacob over there. So as many of you know it. So that is it at the minute. That's half the fabric. So the other half folded up behind. I'm hoping you're seeing this all. I'm sort of holding it right back. So that is as far as I've got with that one. Because as most of you know, I had an accident. Well, my daughter had an accident and it was this happened to be in the way, but there is a mark on it and I just can't. I'm just so scared of touching it and ruining everything. So I'm just going to sort out, I'm going to stitch it and then see what I can do with it afterwards. But I'm just not sure. But that is how far I've got with it so far. That's January, February, March, April, May we're into. Yeah, May we're into there. There is an awful lot of stitching in that. But it's working out so pretty. So we'll get back to that one again as well. I'm doing this one on 16 count Swigart and it's just DMC. I actually didn't write down, hold on 1 wee second, and I will see if I have them in here. I do. That's a mess. It is 550 and 553. So that's the two of them together there. And to be honest, I did do the picking of them by eye and I was so happy whenever I got them. Well, I say, you know, just picking them off the website, sort of going, yeah, they look like they would be good. And they are. I couldn't have asked for nicer. Purple, favourite colour, so brilliant. So I don't know how many stitches or anything I have done in that, but it's quite a lot. And as I say, I've the same amount of fabric again at the back. So that one might be coming out within the next couple of weeks if I can get myself sorted. And we'll have a fun go at that again. Pop that away. Now the next one, I haven't brought this out in a long time. I'll show you a picture. Now, as far as I am aware, this designer it aren't about anymore. I did look up. She was on Etsy when I got this one, but I checked Instagram and Etsy and I don't see her about on it. Is Galliana Cross Stitch Designs. I loved her pieces. Her pieces were beautiful. This one is House of Christmas. That's that one. I think most of her patterns were set out like this, where it was like an open front of a building or whichever it was, and then the floors with the different wee bits and bobs relating to it in it. But I always loved this one. 28,958 stitches. I don't know what I've done. Flat out. But this is it as far as I have got with this. Now, as I said, I have not lifted this in a long time. And whenever I was ironing it yesterday, I was actually kind of annoyed with myself because it is so beautiful. It really is so beautiful. But my problem with it, with this, my version of it, is I made a mistake. And when I start stitching it, I know where it's at because the count counts out. I think it's something to do with the fireplace, the top of the fireplace. So I know not to take my counting from it, but it has annoyed me that much that I just don't lift it anymore. But I do want, because I know that the mistakes in the fireplace, I know not to count from there, so I don't know why I'm being like that. And I actually had thought about restarting it again on Ada, and then actually when I lifted it out, turned, it was like, oh, I have a lot more of that done than I thought I had. So no, I don't think I'm going to start it over again on Ada, but I do need to get something done with it. As I say, I just know not to count from the fireplace. I can't remember what it was. I don't know. But anyway, this one I will try and bring out again. Now, this is another one where I noticed down at the very bottom of the fabric, I would say the camera will maybe not pick it up, but there's been tea or something by the looks of it dropped on it. And I am hoping that it's maybe far enough down that the house might not come down that far. I'm hoping anyway. But we'll see, we'll see. And if I maybe give it a wash now, that bottom bit, it might actually come out of it. I'll see. But I want to get back to it again. And that's actually another one I could use for my idea. So, where are we at? April, May? Yeah, there's an idea. There's an idea. So this one is worked on, oh, I haven't turned the page, 32 count. I'm nearly sure that's 32 count. 32 or 36, not 100% sure. And this is the one where I'm using sulky thread. It is the 12 weight and it's a matte finish. So it's the heavier of the two threads. I think is it a 6 and then a 12? And it's colour 1035. That is it there. It is amazing to work with. It is the most beautiful thread to work with. I would highly recommend it if you're going to do, you know, a one colour sampler or something. It is beautiful to work with. So that is that. I should do these videos more often if it's giving me more ideas. Maybe that's not a good thing. Right, on to the next one. There's no zip on that one. On to the next one. Okay, we have two left. This one, I will get out the chart. So this one is Barbara Anna and it's Santa's Trips. It's so pretty. It really is beautiful. It's lovely. So a good few of us have seen that one before. And that is the bobbins for it. Oh, come on. That's the bobbins for it. Gorgeous colours. I love that red. Gorgeous colours. And this is done on 36 count linen. It is Zweigart, and I think it was a piece, just a white or an ivory piece, and I tea dyed it myself. And this is how far we are along on that one. It's so cute and so pretty. It really is. On that one, I'm just using DMC threads. But it's lovely. And again, another one I need to work on, but I think I'm saying this for near enough all of them. So, but just how cute they are. Really. Yeah, and that one it's, yeah, 2/2 for linen I'm using in that one, so I love that one. The only thing, I think the only reason I don't come back to it as much is there is quite a bit of colour change in it. And I think that's the only thing why I don't go back to it as much as I should do, but I do. I need to get back to it. So that was the penultimate one. I will pop this away and then that will be us onto the last one. Open up. And that's that away. Again, as I say, my folders. And this is the last one, which is Blackbird Designs Away We Ride. And that is it there, which I'm sure, again, the majority of you have seen. And doing it on DMC, or with DMC as well. So that is that one. And that is as far as I have got with it. There is a real scraggle of thread in the back here. I think I must have just pulled the needle out and no, I think I was maybe photographing it. That was it. Wondering why it's all squished up at the back. But that is it there. I was working on the house, and that house is actually a lot bigger than it seems. But I can't wait again to get into it and get another chunk of it done. I used 16 count Ada for that one. Again, it was either white or antique cream or something, but I coffee dyed it myself. So that's give it that dirty look about it. And that is that one. So that is everything. I will have a number up on the screen of how many I have. I'm going to go, I think 12 it was, I think, could be wrong, but that's everything. So there is a lot I need to get back to. I am in the process, I got more fabric and stuff, so I have another one that I'm going to start, so that'll add to the count. But I enjoy, as I say, showing you these because it also twigs my memory of what I was at, or you know, how far I got into it, what needs to be done, maybe why I did put it down and didn't lift it again. So I enjoy having a good look through them as well with you. So no, that was it. And I hope you enjoyed seeing it. I hope it's gave you maybe ideas. It's maybe spurring you on to take out a project that you haven't lifted for a wee while. So that's that. I don't think of anything else. I'm sort of sitting here as if I thought there was maybe something else, but no, I don't have anything else. So I hope you have a good week. I hope you have lots of stitchy time. And I hope to see you back here next week. I'll see you then. Bye.